Hi guys, Jess here with Key Tarot. I'm going to do a real quick reading for our Twin Flame community. I'm going to start with the Divine Masculines, and then I'll read for the Divine Feminines, and then I'll see if I can hook into a storyline for someone out there, all right? Let us say a quick blessing, and we will get started and find out what comes out. All right, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being with us here today and in every breath that we take. We ask that you direct our hands, our hearts, our words, and our minds to work your will in our lives each day, and we ask that these messages are received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. Alrighty, let us see here. For our Divine Masculine, we're going to use this Tarot of Wonderland real quick, find out what is going on out there for our masculine collective. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine is not about your gender, it's about the energy that you carry, so don't get hung up on any of the genders that I call out, and don't get hung up on any of the zodiac signs that I call out. I only call them out in case they are of significance to you in your story. Divine Masculine, we got the Ace of Cups coming out. This is somebody who has love on the brain. This is somebody who has themselves on their mind. This is someone who's trying to do the right thing for themselves for the first time in a long time. This is someone who feels like they're healed emotionally. They feel like they can reach out to someone. I have the Five of Swords that comes out on its side. This person is still very concerned about what other people may think about this situation. They're concerned about gossip around them. They're concerned about what cutting all of these ties from their previous lives may bring about. The Five of Swords can be an energy of it's definitely an energy of removing toxicities from your system, from your life, relationships that no longer serve you for whatever reason. But it can also be an energy of worrying about what other people in the community or family groupings may say about this. I have the Five of Pentacles. We've got two fives out already here. The Five of Pentacles is somebody who's feeling very pulled away from someone that they love very much. It's an energy of separation. It can also be an energy of financial loss, financial lack. This person, specific to this Tarot of Wonderland, is a person who feels like they're being kept from the one thing that could possibly bring them joy in some way, or they have been for some time. That may be why we have this Five of Swords energy here, where we're just cutting away anything that's in our way. Here, fives are energy of chaos and conflict that bring about necessary change that's, that helps with growth. I've got the Two of Wands here. This is somebody who's ready to seek partnership. This Divine Masculine, whoever I'm reading for here, is someone who feels like they have a lot to offer someone else. They feel like they have kind of have the whole world in their hands, and they're just waiting on a partner to join them. This is someone who's looking out across the distance and saying, where are you? How do I find you? How do I contact you? How do I see you? I have the Strength card. This is the card of Leo, but this is someone who's being asked to be very brave. We don't have to have strength unless there's a reason for it, unless there's something we need to be strong about, right? We don't need to be brave unless there's something scary out there. This Divine Masculine, whoever I'm reading for, is someone who is mustering up all of their strength. I feel the word search. I have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine energy. However, a lot of times in modern day tarot readings, the Queen of Wands in the reverse can indicate a karmic partner, because Queen of Wands, whenever she's in the upright position, she is very beautiful, very sexually passionate, very creative, very magnetic, very attractive to everyone around her or him. But whenever we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse, this is someone who is feeling needy, codependent, could be starting little high drama fires here and there that have to be put out, micro emergencies. It's just a very needy energy, someone who throws temper tantrums. It's possible that we have a masculine who's employing all of their strength to remove themselves from that situation with a karmic partner of some sort. That could be part of this Five of Swords energy here. This Queen of Wands in the reverse is someone who is prone to dramatics, someone who they'll make up stories, they'll fabricate things, they will blow things out of proportion, and it can be an energy of clinginess, somebody who says, I'll do whatever it takes, just please don't leave me kind of energy, somebody that's like, it's very clinging. I think we have an energy of a masculine. Yeah, I have the Lovers card that just flipped out here. This is the card of Gemini. This is what I was going to say. I was thinking we have a masculine here who's at this point where they're recognizing who they are. They're seeing who they want to be for the future. They want some kind of new partnership in their life, but they have someone who's clinging to them and holding them back, holding them down, keeping them stuck in some way. At least that's kind of the perception of what they're portraying here. Obviously, no one's keeping anybody stuck. No one's keeping anyone from doing anything they don't want to do. But this masculine feels that way, perhaps. And this Lovers card is an energy of having to make a choice in love. It's a finite choice in love. Either you choose me or you don't. It's that sort of energy. If I choose this one person, then I don't get those other options. If I don't choose this one person, then I get to keep my other options, but I might not get to keep that one person. And this kind of is the energy that this masculine collective is up against this week. It's pretty hardcore. I mean, this masculine is somebody who's all of a sudden recognizing who they are, and it's come from a higher power. This masculine, whoever you are, it feels like there's been kind of a divine intervention of some sort. Someone has experienced something spiritual that has caused them to recognize themselves in a way that they haven't seen themselves for a long time. This person is all of a sudden realizing what they've been missing out on, who they've been missing out on, and it's because they have allowed themselves to stay put in a relationship or a situation. It doesn't have to be with another person. This can be another energy of any kind that's keeping this person in a state of codependency for too long. But this person is recognizing that they no longer feel like they're the same person that they were before. And it feels like they're really trying hard to muster up the strength and the courage to be the person they want to be. And now I have the Ace of Wands that goes right next to this Ace of Cups. We got two aces out here. This is somebody who wants a brand new beginning. Aces are fresh starts. They're new beginnings. They can be messages. The Ace of Wands is a highly sexually passionate card. It's the most phallic card we have in the deck. It's a symbol of creativity. It's a symbol of sexual passion. This is someone who's seeking partnership, possibly sexual partnership. This is someone who sees something that they want to go after it, and they're tired of waiting. Okay, let's read for the Divine Feminine for a minute, and then I'll come back through and I'll clarify in a minute. Well, actually, let me clarify for our masculines first, real quick, like just with this Star Power Tarot, and see if there's anything else they want to say about this situation. It feels like this person is recognizing a lot this week, and I think it's bringing up a lot of feelings of wanting change, of wanting a new direction, of wanting some kind of new partnership in some way, and they realize that they're at this point where they have to make a decision as to what they want to do. I have the Three of Wands. Very good. That's the minor arcana of the Magician for me. The Three of Wands is somebody who's manifesting something for themselves. This person has learned how to pray again. This person has learned how to pray for the right things. That's the key. You know, that's the key. Whenever anybody says my prayers I don't feel like my prayers are being answered, I think the next question you have to ask yourself is, maybe I'm not praying for the things I need. Maybe I'm not praying for the things that I should have. I feel like this masculine has recognized that, and they've started praying for the right things. And I have the Queen of Cups crossing that. This masculine has a lot of heavy feelings. This person is watching someone from afar. They're watching someone through a camera or through a lens of some sort. They're probably watching social media pages. They could be, the energy is from a distance here. And I have the Hermit card. Yeah. The Hermit card is the card of Virgo, but this is someone who is, like I was saying, they have created a new connection, a new relationship with a higher power. This is somebody who has done this through isolating themselves, through going into deep meditation, like I said, deep prayer. The Hermit energy is not just about being alone in a time of isolation and introspection. It's about developing those new relationships with a higher power, whoever that is for you. For me, it's Jesus, you know, and you do you, whoever suits you, whatever name you call that by, but it's an energy of restricting other people's contact with you so that you can hear the voice that needs to be heard the most, which would be yours and that of a higher power. This masculine has done that. This hermit energy is one that's so valuable to us, and oftentimes people say, oh no, I don't want to go into hermit mode. It's so boring when I'm alone. I don't know what to do with myself when I'm alone. It's really not. Once you master what that energy is really about for you, it's about learning. It's about higher purpose. It's about ascension. And when we go through these hermit times, we grow a lot spiritually and emotionally because of them. And doing so creates I don't know, space for us to be something even more than we were before. Okay, good. So this masculine is someone who's figured some things out for themselves. And it's come through a lot of prayer. I'm seeing someone actually get down on their knees in prayer. It's very good. I like it. And again, watching from a distance, this is somebody who knows how they're feeling. They're not really sure how to say it. This is someone who is seeing the feminine through a different lens all of a sudden, through a different eye. This is someone who's kind of, I'm hearing low-key obsessed, looking at maybe social media pages or channels or anything that this feminine is putting out online. This masculine is wishing on a star, but also praying for Ace of Wands. Okie dokie. All right, that's twice out for that guy. You guys know I love it when you give me repeat cards because it tells me this is an important energy to you. This is an important energy in your story. This Ace of Wands, I will reiterate, it is the most sexually passionate card in the deck. So I guess we know what the masculines really have on their mind here. And it feels like that's an energy of long time coming is what I'm hearing. No pun intended. But it's so bad. Stop. But this Ace of Wands is an energy of someone who they want to take action. They want to do something that starts a fire. They want to start, not literally, but they want to do something that's inflammatory almost. It feels like a powder keg that they want to ignite here. They want to blow the roof off of something, or they want to, I'm just like, change things drastically. All right, let's go over here to this feminine energy and find out what is going on with you guys today. And we are going to use this Mary El Tarot. That's what we'll do for the feminines to start. We got the Nine of Wands in the reverse. The feminine energy is starting to take down some of the walls they put up around themselves. This feminine energy, if this is your reading, this would be someone who has been through a lot in the past and kind of developed a lot of layers because of that. Maybe kept a lot of people at arm's length for a long time. Maybe hasn't been letting people in very much. It seems like restricting contact with a lot of people. Someone who has also been in a state of isolation simply because it feels like there have been, this feminine has felt really sensitive lately, as though other people have kind of been out to get them in some way, and so they've kind of just restricted contact with people for a while. I got the Five of Swords out for the feminine also, and the Empress card. Good. So our masculine and our feminine are both sharing this Five of Swords energy. This specific to this Mary El Tarot, it feels like this feminine has always kept this masculine in the back of their mind, although they're no longer like in her frame of reference where she can't see this masculine anymore. This is someone outside of the picture, although still very much a huge part of her and her life. I don't know how it is that she shares this life with this masculine because it feels like they're not together. It feels like they are apart in some way, not communicating in some way, but there's this feeling of her heart belongs, and he, she, doesn't matter again with the genders, but this feminine feels as though their heart belongs to this masculine, and there's nothing that can be done to separate them, and so they've turned their attention to something else with this Five of Swords. And this Empress energy is the card of the Divine Feminine. This Divine Feminine, whoever you are, you have really grown into yourself. You've settled into yourself, and you've become the person that you know you're supposed to be in this situation, in this life. You've created perhaps a business for yourself. You've created perhaps a home for yourself. You could have a family of your own. You may have a lot of people who look up to you. You may have a lot of healthy responsibilities on your shoulders. It feels like you manage it very well. Other people think that you manage it very well. Other people look at you through the lens of a lot of admiration. People find you to be very beautiful, someone who brings a lot to the world that you live in. Good job, you. I have the Eight of Cups in the reverse for our feminines. Somebody who's having a hard time letting go of someone or something. Eight of Cups in the reverse is somebody who's letting someone stay a little bit longer than maybe they should. Seven of Cups in the reverse. This feminine has had a lot of options and opportunities in their love life recently. And I mean for the last few years it feels like, but it seems like none of them are well suited to this feminine energy. This Seven of Cups in the reverse is someone who's has had to face a lot of their shadow sides within all of these relationships, whatever that means for this feminine. They're having to assert themselves against some of these darker energies that have resided in them for a while too, if we're talking about addictions or overindulgences of any kind, promiscuity of any kind. This feminine's had to look really long and hard at those things and look at how they have changed their lives, either for the better or for the worse. This feminine has an understanding that they have to move on from some of these karmic relationships. When I say karmic relationships, the relationships could be with other people, or they could be with substances, or just any kind of energy, again, similar to the masculines, that they know aren't serving them any longer. I have the Eight of Swords in reverse. This feminine's ready to start talking again. This feminine is, they are removing some of these walls and these boundaries from themselves. They have slowly started doing that over the last few weeks, it feels like. The Eight of Swords in the reverse is someone who may be unblocking someone else, saying it's okay, you can come out and talk now. Knight of Swords. Okay. So this Knight of Swords energy is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is somebody who wants to take action. They want to start talking, and they're waiting for somebody else to start to open up the dialogue. With this Knight of Swords, this is someone who understands that there will be a lot of fast-moving action here as soon as this dialogue is opened with this masculine. It's interesting, I've never noticed this before, but we've got a lot of owls here. Owls may be of significance to you. Owls represent feminine, dark, yin, and as well as wisdom. I believe that they may also be associated with the goddess Athena, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody check my math. That may be of significance to someone out there. Alrighty, let me clarify a little bit further with this Artist's Inner Vision Tarot for our feminines and see if I can get a little bit more information about this storyline for you guys. I'm wondering more about this Seven of Cups in the reverse. Sorry, that was so loud. And this Eight of Cups in the reverse. I got the Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, remember what I was saying about this Seven of Cups? I was saying this feminine has had to really address some of their darker shadow sides, possibly gone through a dark night of the soul, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Good heavens help you if that's the truth. The Three of Cups in the reverse can be about a third-party situation. It can be about an affair situation of some sort. Like I was saying, this is somebody who may have to acknowledge these things within themselves. They may need to acknowledge promiscuities or possibly overindulgences, drug use or alcohol addictions, something like that. Could be as simple as overeating, over shopping, overspending, something like that. Pick one, pick any of them, right? But this feminine's gone hard to work looking at these things within themselves, and they're deciding what they want to keep and what they want to toss from that pile. I have the the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Cups in the reverse is somebody who's taking themselves away from any kind of love they have for a long time. They've removed themselves from most romantic relationships in order to kind of gain a higher perspective about who they want to be. There was this feminine, whoever you are, it feels like there was a part of you that felt like you had to go into hermit mode, like this masculine energy, where you had to separate yourself from anything that was distracting. All of these options, remember I was saying the Seven of Cups in the reverse could be someone who's had a lot of options in love recently, and they haven't, any of them, brought this feminine love or joy. It doesn't feel like any of them felt authentic to this feminine. And so they're saying, you know, that if that's the case, I'm just going to stay to myself. I'm going to keep my heart to myself. I'm going to keep all of me to myself, and I'm just going to wait until the right time. I'm going to focus on other things. This Empress, again, is someone who has built a tremendous life for themselves, an empire, if you will, for themselves. But it has been a lot of hard work. This person's had to address a lot of things that they needed to change within their lives. I got the Five of Swords for the feminines. Wow, so we've got the Five of Swords out 3 times for you guys. This is an energy that is important to both the masculine and the feminine timeline this week for whatever reason. So again, it does feel like we have secrets coming out here with this Five of Swords. It feels like we've had masks being removed. It feels like there's an energy of exposure here. And I say that that's not always a word that's associated with the Five of Swords, but it does feel like an energy of win at all costs. It's an energy of right fighting, always having to be in the right, something like that. And that can lead to someone who's almost desperate for holding on to something almost. It doesn't feel like it's coming from the masculine or the feminine necessarily. There is definitely an energy of other people inserting themselves into this situation or this relationship. It does feel like a lot of gossip around these individuals and this storyline. Well, alrighty then. Let's see here. Let me get another deck and let's see if we can figure out how we're going to move through this energy this week. Okay, let's use this Deviant Moon Tarot. Let's do. Seven of Cups again, and the Six of Swords in the reverse. So this Seven of Cups, also important energy here because it's a repeat as well. This is somebody who is trying to see things from a different perspective. This is an eye-opening experience for these two individuals together. They feel very stuck though, as though they can't come together for whatever reason. These are people who are still addressing some of these shadow sides in their lives, but it does feel like we have a lot of community or family interference here. It could be friend group interference. There's some kind of karmic interference with that Five of Swords because there's somebody within this situation who feels like they need to win. And there's kind of this win at all costs sort of energy, maybe relating to this Queen of Wands in the reverse. You see how they're kind of portrayed by the same character here. We could have a lot of confusing rumors being spread here about these two individuals, about their situation in some way, and it's causing a lot of not just chaos and micro dramas, but it's also causing like illusions and confusion. Illusions and confusions. And it's keeping these two individuals from being able to move forward towards one another. The Six of Swords can be about a physical move, but whenever we have it in the reverse, that's someone who's kind of stuck like Chuck. So for all of these loving feelings, all of these very sexually passionate feelings that this masculine has, and for all of these opening up sort of feelings, this very communicative feeling that's coming from this feminine side over here, it still feels like we have someone or something that is like just bound and determined to keep these two energies apart. Seven of Swords comes out. Woo! Seven of Swords, that's our lying liar who lies, right? This guy gets a pretty bad rap as a character. Seven of Swords is someone who, specific to this Deviant Moon Tarot, is someone who's having a hard time swallowing their own truth, admitting the truth about how they're feeling, admitting the truth about things they've said or done. I have the 10 of Pentacles that flips out here in the reverse. This is someone who has to acknowledge that they're going to have to lose a lot in order to move towards this partnership here, towards this union. And unfortunately, we have someone that's part of this dynamic, whether it's the masculine or the feminine, who's going to have to swallow a lot of their words that they said about one another. This is, in order for this union to come together, they would have to pretty much backtrack on a lot of the things they've said. Again, this Five of Swords can be an energy of gossip. It can be an energy of idle gossip, but also fabrications, blowing things out of proportion, something like that. And it feels like maybe one or the other of this dynamic did that to the other person. And so now there's not just a mess to clean up here, but someone has some uncomfortable truths they have to tell, or they have to come clean about something. In order to do that, they would have to lose a lot, possibly lose a home, possibly lose just a tremendous amount of stability or finances within their life, with that 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Queen of Pentacles that comes out on its side here. This is something that we have children involved here. Possibly we could have family dynamics here on the table. This is someone who feels like they're letting an awful lot of people down if they move on from it. I have the Moon card. That's the card of Cancer. This is a card of secrets coming out. Specific to this Deviant Moon, though, it feels like someone's being treated like a puppet on a string. And it feels like they have to keep up some kind of charade. And I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but it's someone who has to keep up with the pretenses that they've set in motion, who we are, who I am, what that looks like to the outside world. It's kind of an energy of keeping up with the Joneses. And there's a real fear that some of these truths about how these two people feel about one another, or what these people have said about one another, in some way may come to light. With the Moon, we have a lot of dream manifestations. We have a lot of, I don't want to say nightmares, but kind of like disruptive dreams, sort of. We have an energy here of people who feel like they're on the hook for something. They're again being like puppets on a string. So a slave to these secrets, a slave to, yeah, and I got the Chariot in reverse. Darn it all. It's very similar to that Six of Swords in the reverse, where we have someone who just simply cannot move forward in any way, not physically move forward. They can't emotionally move forward. There is no possible way that these two people feel they can come together. Well, aren't you guys just a bunch of doom and gloom today? Happy Tuesday to you too. Alrighty, how do we fix this? How do we make this better? Because there is no sense in doing a tarot card reading about this if we can't find a solution, right? All right, what do we need to do to make this better? Let's get out this traditional Rider-Waite and see if there's any advice here that we can get for these folks. Because it's kind of doom and gloom, it really is. I got the Four of Swords here. There's some kind of break that happens. There's some kind of separation or break that happens for these two individuals. And I don't know if that means together, like between this feminine and this masculine, or if this is something that has to do with their karmic partners. I'm not sure. But we have some kind of shift that happens in a time of rest, in a time of separation. I have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Page of Wands in the reverse can be a sneaky kind of a message that is sent. Page of Wands in the reverse can be inflammatory. It can be a message that isn't received the way that you were thinking it would be received. I got the King of Wands, and I have the World that comes out here. I think we're going to have this masculine energy reach out during a time of separation from their karmic partner. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think that there's something that comes over them that sort of overtakes their ability to think straight in a way. I don't know. It could have something to do with those two Ace of Wands out there. But this King of Wands is someone who sees something that they want and they go after it pretty quickly. There's an energy of bravery to it. But this World card that comes out on its side is this understanding that by sending this message, this kind of inflammatory, flirtatious message in some way, it throws the whole world upside down, and it does start the ending of something major. And now here's the thing about the World card though. The World card is the final card in the major arcana of our deck of tarot, right? And so whenever we have the World card that comes out, this tells me that we're about to close out one cycle so we can start another one. We're talking about 7-year cycles, 9-year cycles, 13-year cycles. These are lengthy, healthy cycles, right? And we have a lot of planetary movement that happens throughout the course of these longer cycles. And we have a lot of major change that happen for us individually as well as collectively, right? But when the World comes out on its side, this is an energy of someone who understands that this is a very tenuous position. This is someone who's put off doing this because they understand what this really means. If I reach out to this person, if I speak to this person, this really is the way this is going to go down the pipeline. This really sets the dominoes in motion, right? Well, that's a healthy fear. You know, I understand. And I have the 7 of Wands. This is someone who understands there's going to be a lot of drama. If this happens, this is someone who's saying, I am prepared to deal with this, although I'm not excited to. And I have the Queen of Wands that comes out on its side here. This could be a lot of drama, again, from this karmic partner here. Yeah, that's twice out for that cookie. Yeah, that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine, but it can also indicate a karmic partnership. Incidentally, though, we do have the King and the Queen of Wands coming up here together. This can also be an energy that tells us that this feminine and this masculine are feeling very much connected in this, and both feeling very driven to do the same thing, to act out in the same ways. There's a lot of sexual attraction between these two. And the 5 of Wands and the Tower. Alrighty. So this 5 of Wands is somebody who is, they've made all the lists. They've checked all the lists. They've said, this is the yes column, this is the no column, this is the I should column, this is the I shouldn't column. Yes, I should reach out to this person. No, I shouldn't say a single thing to them. This person's made their list. They've checked it twice. They've decided what they want to do, and they are, what did I say? Burn it down kind of mentality. This is somebody who takes action possibly at a time whenever they, are separated from a karmic partner. This is someone who sends a message and it kind of comes out of nowhere. This King of Wands can be very impulsive, but that when they decide to do something, they just haul off and do it. Yeah. And this Tower and energy is what comes of that. This is kind of ripping off the Band-Aid. This is something that's absolutely necessary. When the Tower happens, it can be divine intervention in a sense, because what happens is it breaks down these faulty foundations. And so we can clear the rubble away and we can start to rebuild with a stronger foundation, right? That's the energy of the Tower. It can feel very crisis mode though. It can feel very chaotic, something to panic about, something to stress out about. And so there's this understanding that by sending this message, that's gonna knock somebody's tower down here. There's gonna be a lot of drama that comes from this. There could be a lot of gossip that comes from this, but this masculine feels quite drawn to do so. What will this feminine say about it? Knight of Pentacles. This feminine says, show me the money. This feminine says, well, I'll believe it when I see it. This feminine is like very focused on their future. They're not going to be taken off track by anything. This is this masculine, I'll be honest with you, and it really does feel like they're experiencing some instability in their lives right now, where they're just kind of coming into their own, feeling like themselves for the first time in a long time, sort of starting to reconnect with who they feel they really are. And this feminine, it feels like they've been doing that for a while. We've already got them presenting it with this Empress energy, right? Which is the card of Divine Feminine. And so they're saying, you know, if you want to come in, you need to do it the right way. You need to show me who you really are. Show me all this growth. Show me what I can expect from you. I think that's wise. I think that it's definitely not a no, but there's this understanding of we need to go slowly with this. I'm not going to rush into any of this, is what that Knight of Pentacles said. Knight of Pentacles is someone who's very smart. They cross all the T's, they dot all the I's. They do not take action on anything that is going to be a hasty, silly decision. They're thinking with their heads. The masculines are not. But, you know, sometimes that's how life is. All right, that was your reading for the week. Thanks for letting me read for you guys. Hang in there, and I will see you soon. Much love to you.